It's kind of identifying what the ultimate goal is and then working backwards to create the experience that's ultimately going to get us there. But just to create an experience without having that defined goal in front of you, you're just doing it for the sake of doing it. And that's where I find kind of inconsistencies. Sometimes we'll execute on the experience, sometimes we won't execute on the experience. But that's a great point. Thank you, Michael. Jim, for yourself, when you hear that concierge, that VIP experience, like, what does that mean to you?
Well, first of all, I think that a concierge or a VIP experience has to be a guided experience by someone at the dealership.
I like that.
It has to be non-salesy and not adversarial. So you listen to your customers' needs and you try to meet those, and you leverage your industry expertise and knowledge and make life easier for them. So I like to think of it, it's not the hotel experience like you think of a concierge at a hotel.
Well, and that you hear that sometimes in these sessions, right? Like we have to be the Hilton, or we have to be we got to be the Apple of experiences.
Now for me, it is more like the Apple Store experience,
okay.
The Genius Bar, if you will.
Okay, there we go.
Somebody's got an Apple product, they have a problem, and they need it fixed. So they go to the Genius Bar, and magically their problem's solved. That's what a VIP experience is for me.
I think that makes a lot of sense. But I mean, to get to that type of experience, and I think for a lot of dealers out there that are watching and listening right now, I mean that's the holy grail, right? I mean that's you look at all of our Google reviews, I mean that's them telling us how well we actually executed on the experience, right? And I think a lot of people out there don't realize that the experience already exists. Like the experience is the collective interaction of what happens at a dealership, but if you don't give it direction, well, it's just going to go wherever you want. So I guess that's kind of my next question then for you guys. What are your thoughts of how do we give that customer experience direction so that it's consistently executed? Justin, I'll start with you and I'll kind of work my way down.
Well, I mean, I think you raise a good point, and quite frankly, these guys working in store are probably going to have better insight than I will. I have no issue saying that, but speaking as a consumer and a marketing expert, I think so much of it is about education and letting them know what to expect and what that experience. Again, we talked about easy, we talked about retention. A lot of that is just educating the consumer, not necessarily to your point about hey, you're going to get a survey, but what should that standard of excellence be? What should you expect? So, using the example of the Apple Store, when you walk into the Apple Store and you go to the Genius Bar, you have a predetermined understanding of kind of what that experience should be like. So I think if we're educating the local communities and educating our consumers about what that's going to be, they should have a pretty good understanding of what to expect from each individual dealership.
And I think from a marketing strategy, that makes a whole lot of sense, right? I mean, I think too often I see agencies that will pump something out there that's just like white glove concierge experience.
Right. Tell me what it means.
But that's it. So they'll just kind of do that, but they don't go into it. It's not necessarily what we do, it's why we do it, the way we do it that really kind of defines it. Michael, I'd kind of love to get your thoughts of like how do we kind of consistently execute this?
Well, we keep talking about like a service experience or a sales experience, but at the end of the day, aren't we in the hospitality industry no different than the people right across the street?
Good point.
Everybody here today holding a mic up, we're all customers, right? We have a choice on where we want to do business and who we want to spend our hard-earned money with. And so I think it's about trust. I think it's about transparency. I think from a leader standpoint, we have to talk about culture and vision. And then the biggest word for me is accountability, right?
Yes.
So I need to onboard people properly. I need to train them continuously. And then I need to hold them accountable for the expectations that I desire. And it's not about my desire as a leader. It's about what the customer desires.
Thanks for tuning in to the Matador Yachtcast with your host, Jason Harris. Don't want to miss new content? Be sure to check out the full podcast library at matador.ai to stay in the know. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Happy podcasting.